My concept is to create a 1920s jazz night. I am putting a twist onto the night that isn't regularly done. The extra theme is 1920s gangster Al Capone and his outfit during the Prohibition era. I want to create an audience experience within a speakeasy. The twist is that there will be a raid by another gang who are after Capone. I decided to put on a sample event of this to get the information I needed to be able to design a bigger and better version for my theory design. The location of the event was in Bristol in a place called Hort's. This is a pub restaurant with a home cinema at the back of the space. I rented out the cinema as it fitted the vision that I had of this speakeasy that I wanted to create the event in. As I live in Bristol, I am able to use my connections for hiring out props, costume and equipment. I had help from an amateur dramatic company, Nazi Musicals, and a production company, Boom Satsuma. In preparation for the event, I contacted actors and met with them to discuss scripts and characters that they were playing. I also attended rehearsals with performers who were singing at the event. I sourced all props, costumes, equipment, music, backing tracks and videos. I also created posters, leaflets, banners and advertisement documents. Here is a 3D SketchUp of Horse itself. It shows you how the space is laid out. And here is another version of the SketchUp that shows how I used the space on the night of the event. Overall, I think that the pilot event went really well. I didn't have an idea of what it was going to be like or how it would turn out being, but with the performers I had and the team helping me, everyone got stuck into the concept and created an excellent piece. When the actors arrived, I showed them around the room and around the place itself so that they knew where they were going during the performance. The gang who raided were originally going to come from the front doors, but whilst I was setting up, I found a fire exit in the room that comes from the alleyway, so I thought having them raid through this door will have more of an impact than the front entrance. This door also gave me a few ideas of how the audience could enter the room through here, and it could work really well with the alleyway ideas that I have in my head. I showed the actors exactly how they should act during the raid, things that they could do during it, and for example, pretend to shoot outside of the door to oncoming audience members, throw leaflets around, push over stools, etc. I also walked through with them and acted out the raid to show them things I am after. They all took on the roles really well and got into character straight away. I had created a timetable for the day so that we were able to get a full rehearsal in before the event. By putting on this sample event, I have learned a lot about experience events. Audiences like this new secret experience event because it's something different that they have never been to before. I also found that the audience enjoyed the twist and how the theme has been brought up to date and more of a contemporary performance style. I created a questionnaire for audiences to fill out afterwards, which really helped me to understand what worked and what didn't work, and what other things I need to think about, and so on. From the sample event, I knew that this concept was really strong and it would attract a larger range of audiences. I want to create my theory designs on this Chicago experience, but using all of the space in Hort's. There are many entrances and exits that can be used during the raid, which works well with the speakeasy theme, because gangsters used to escape through trapdoors, etc. when a raid was happening. I want to have 3 different elements to the event using all 3 areas of Hort's. In this SketchUp, you can see a bird's eye view of how the space will be used. At the front bar area, it will act as the backstage area where it will be set up as a dressing room. Audiences will enter here to get to the bar, or enter through the front entrance if they want to. It will be a busy area where actors will interact with the audience. The second area is based on the Green Mill Lounge in Chicago. This is a jazz lounge where Al Capone spent a lot of his time. In this section, there will be a live jazz band and audiences can sit around enjoying the performance, as well as interacting with actors who will be playing gangsters and waiters and performers. They also may not have a choice if a gangster invites them to get up and dance with them. The third area is in the director's room. This is set out as the gangster's bootleg gamble room. There will be dancers performing in here to the live music from the room next door. It's at the very back of Hort's, but there is a fire exit in this room that leads out into the kitchen and a fire exit into the alleyway. I think it works well being at the far end room because the further back you go into these old speakeasies, the more illegal it gets. In this SketchUp, you can see how it will look. The atmosphere that I'm going for in here is relaxed, but also tense when Capone is around and he's not happy. The live raid will happen out of nowhere, and they will charge in through the main doors from the front of Hort and also from the smoking area in section 2. This will hopefully shock the audiences and actors, and they can react to what is happening and run to the nearest exit to hide. Capone will escape from the director's room into the kitchen and somehow disappear as he used to do.